today? Okay, after many days. Yeah, after many days. I was, I was very sick. The convocation day, convocation එක තිබ්බට පස්සේ, uh, I was very sick. Actually, I was down with flu. උණ රෝගය හැදුණා. ඊට පස්සේ, then the next week, unexpected thing happened and it was cancelled. Then after that, and our Katina Pinkama was held. That's why our class wasn't held 3 weeks in a row. I'm sorry for that. Today there are only a few participants. There are only a few participants. Yeah, I don't know. And remember, today there will be a guest teacher. I mean, 2 American teachers conducted class today. Okay, so they will join the class around 9:15. I have sent the link to them and they will join, yeah, in an hour. Okay, Malcha, how are you? Okay, your voice was not that clear. Maybe you don't have good signal, something. Just a second. Okay, back to the lesson again. So what were we talking about? Yes, Malsha said she's all right, but your voice is not that clear. Okay, maybe you have a signal problem. That's okay. So, Misansala Sandamali, is everything okay? Misansala Sandamali, is everything okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about the convocations? What about the convocation? Have you graduated?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can see the picture. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. Now you are a degree holder. Malsha,
Yes.
are you a degree holder too?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. What about Hasini? Do you hold a degree now? Do you hold a degree now? Oh, අපි degree එකක් තියාගෙන ඉන්නවා අපි කියනවා මොකද්ද? Hold a degree කියලා කියනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි කියනවා possess. Possess කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද මේ? Have කියන එකම තමයි. Do you possess a degree? Hasini says yes. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Degree holder. So most of you are degree holders. Okay, now you can apply for a job. Yeah. Maybe in a couple of months' time, you can apply for a job. Okay. So you have to improve your English knowledge. Remember, you have to improve your English knowledge. English is essential. Yeah. Without having a good English knowledge, you won't be able to get a good job. You won't be able to get a good job. Remember, okay? You won't be able to get a good job. So work hard. What about the pieces of software? මම අර software ටික පුතේ අර Google Drive එකකට upload කරලා තියෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒක download කරගත්තද? Did you download? Have you downloaded that Google Drive, all the pieces of software? No? Why?
No, Reverend.
Okay, you didn't have enough time or you couldn't access to that. ඒකට access වෙන්න බැරිනවද? Okay, never mind. Right. So, the paper, how was the mid-exam? Most of you were present and some of you were absent actually. So how was the exam? Did you find it difficult or did you find it easy? Did you find it difficult or did you find it easy? I think you found it very easy. Okay. ඒක ගොඩක් අමාරු එකක් නෙවෙයි. It was easy. Yes, it was easy. Easy, yeah. And your marks will be out maybe in a couple of weeks' time. Maybe in a couple of weeks' time. Okay. Right. So more and more participants are joining now. Okay, good to see that. Good morning, Mr. Vijayavardhanan. I hope you can hear me. Good morning, Mr. Vijayavardhanan.
Good morning to you, Reverend.
Okay, so are you in your vehicle? Are you driving right now?
Yes, Reverend, on my way to Kandy for a counseling program.
Really? You are on your way to Kandy? Okay, from Colombo?
I'm traveling from Colombo to Kandy, Reverend.
Okay, I see. Okay, be mindful. Okay, while driving, this class could be a distraction. You need to focus on your driving. Okay, never mind. Be careful. Right. Okay. Who is in your vehicle right now? Are you the only one or your whole family?
No, Reverend, only myself.
Okay, that's fine. Where are you now?
Right now, I am watching Pilimatala.
Pilimatala. I understand. Okay, not far away from, yeah, it doesn't take too long to get to Kandy from Pilimatala. I think it's a half an hour drive. Yeah, half an hour drive from Pilimatala. So you will be able to get to your house in half an hour. Okay, half an hour. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah. So the exam was easy, and why didn't you download? I mean, ඒ software ටික පුතේ අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම download කරලා ඒක ඔයාලා use කරන්න පටන් ගන්න. ඒකේ තියෙනවා drama series 3ක් විතර තියෙනවා. ඒ drama series තියෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ අර මම දුන්න tell me more software එක ඒ වගේ වැදගත් software කීපයක්ම තියෙනවා. Okay. මම කියන එක පොඩ්ඩක් කැඩි කැඩි වගේ දැනෙන්නේ. No? Malsha, can you hear me clearly? Oh, link එක දීලා
Yes, Reverend, I am.
Oh, okay. Clear. yes he says clear link එක දීලා තියෙනවා එතකොට access දීලා තියෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරන්න තියෙන්නේ ඒක මේ මොනවාද ඒ විදිහට එවන්න තියෙන්නේ එතකොට හරි link එක ආයෙ එවන්න පුළුවන් link එක ආයෙ එවන්න පුළුවන් group එකට මම හිතන්නේ දාලා තියෙනවා group එකට දාලා තියෙනවා මේ අපි අර ප්‍රභාත් කියලා සර් කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා IT කරන ඒ සර් තමයි දාලා ඉවරලා මේකේ access දීලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් request කරන්න ඕනේ request කරාට පස්සේ ඒක සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම දාලා එවන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හින්දා මතක ඇතිව මේ එහෙම කරන්න. ඕකේ. ඒ software ටික download කරගෙන මම මේ කියන විදිහට මොකද ටික් කරන්න බලන්න. ඕකේ. හොඳයි අද අපි රීඩින් එකක් කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. ඒ වගේ වැඩ කීපයක්ම කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. අපේ ටීචර්ස්ලා දෙන්නත් 9 කාල විතර වගේ වෙනකොට සම්බන්ධ වෙනවා. හරිද? බය වෙන්න එපා ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේ වීඩියෝ එක ඔන් කරන්න කියලා මෙහෙම කරලා එහෙම ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නේ නැහැ. ඕකේ? එහෙම අහන්නේ නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඕගොල්ලන්ව එම්බැරස් කරන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද එම්බැරස් කියලා කියන්නේ? ලැජ්ජාවට අපහසුතාවයට පත් වෙනවාට කියන අපි මොකද්ද? embarrassed. embarrassed. දැන් ඔන්න ඔයාට කිව්වොත් එහෙම හිතුව ගමන්ම කතාවක් කරන්න කියනවා නේද? දැන් අපි කියන මොකද? I got embarrassed. I got embarrassed. නේද? ඒකේ noun එක තමයි මොකද? embarrassing. නේද? embarrassing. 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 Okay? ලැජ්ජාවට අපහසුතාවයට පත් වුණාට තමයි කියන්නේ embarrassing. දැන් හිතපු ගමන් මම කියනවා හසනෙට වීඩියෝ එක ඔන් කරලා අරගොල්ල එනකොට නේද සින්දුවක් කියන්න කියලා කියනවා නේද එතකොට එකපාරට මොකද වෙන්නේ එකපාරට හිතුව නැති එකක් නේ අපහසුතාවයටපත් වෙනවනේ ඒ නිසා තමයි කියන්නේ මොකද I was embarrassed oh that was embarrassing කියලා කියනවා embarrassing කියන්නේ අපහසුතාවයටපත් වෙනවා කියන එකට තමයි embarrassing කියලා කියන්නේ never mind okay I'm not going to embarrass you okay I'm not going to embarrass you okay so you feel free to ask them some questions today yeah they will read a wonderful story today and they will give you a bit of experience they've had actually they are quite old they're quite old now. So Mr. Ken is around, Mr. Ken Kawasaki is around 76, I think. He's 76. And Mrs. Catherine, we call her Vishaka. Vishaka Kawasaki is around 80. Yes, she's around 80 or 79. 79 or 80. Yes, 80. They are old. දැන් බලන්න අපි කෙනෙකුට old කියන වචනේ ගත්තාම ඒක ගැලපෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද you are old. You are old කියලා කියනකොට he is old කියන එක අර ඔයා වයසයි. එහෙම කියන්නේ නැහැ සාමාන්‍යයෙන්. මොකද ඒක ටිකක් අර ගැලපෙන්නේ නැහැ වගේ අපිට දැනෙනවා. දැන් අපි කිව්වොත් එහෙම දැන් ඔයාට වයසයි කියනකොට දැන් කෙනෙකුට අහන්න පුළුවන් ඇත්තටම වයසයි කියන්නේ වයස අවුරුදු කීයද? ඒක අපි අහනවා how old is old? ඒක අපිට අහන්න පුළුවන් how old is old කියලා. how old is old? ඇත්තටම වයස කියන්නේ කොයි වයසටද? වයස කියන්නේ කොයි වයසද? අපි අහනවා how old is old? how old is old? ඒ වගේම තමයි දැන් අපි ගොඩාක් දුබල තත්ත්වයේ ඉන්නවනම් she is an old lady කියනකට වඩා මොකද අපි භාවිතා කරන්න හොඳ වෙන්නේ elderly woman elderly මෙතන elderly කියලා කියන්නේ අර දුර්වලභාවයෙන් ඉන්නවා එයාගේ ශරීර සෞඛ්‍යයත් එහෙම ගොඩක් පිළිහිලා හැරමිටියෙන් වගේ යනකොට අපි කියනවා she is an elderly woman කියලා okay එහෙම තමයි භාවිතා කරන්නේ she is an elderly woman okay දැන් බලන්න ගොඩක් කියලාවට ඔය බස් වල එහෙම ගහලා තියෙනවා මොනවද සීට් එක වෙන් කරලා තියෙනවා disabled කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද අපි දන්නවා able කියලා කියන්නේ හැකි. අර අංග විකල එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ මොනවාද මේකට සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ කිසිම අර හැකියාවක් නැති කියන අදහසකට. දැන් ඇත්තටම මොකද්ද කිව්වේ? ආබාධිතනේ අන්න හරි. ආබාධිත. ඒතර ආබාධිත කියනකොට ඒකේ ඉංග්‍රීසි තේරුම නම් දීලා තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? disable. ඒකවල හැකියාවක් නැහැ කියන එක. ඒක වැරදිනේ. ඉතින් ඒක පහු කාලීනව ඒ වචනේ වැරදි කියලා යූස් කරන්න පටන් ගත්තා මොකද්ද? differently able. differently able කියන එක යූස් කරන්න පටන් ගත්ත කාලෙක. differently able. මේ තියෙන්නේ differently able. එනිසා elderly woman. elderly woman. right. අපි WH words කියන පාඩමත් ලබන සතිය වෙනකොට පටන් ගන්නවා. එතකොට spoken English පැත්ත ගොඩාක් අපිට improve කරගන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද WH words කියනකොට what, why, when, where මෙන්න මේ ආදි වශයෙන් විතර ගොඩාක් questions අහන හැටි යෙදෙනවා. ඒ වගේම දැන් පහුගිය කාලේදී කටින පින්කම් මේවා හින්දා කාර්යබහුල වුණා. ඔයාලට දෙනවයි කියපු ඒවා ඒ දීමේ පුරුදු ඇති අහන්න තිබ්බා. ඒ කොහොම වුණත් මේ ඒ තියෙන දැන් විවේක කාලයක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන නිසා මට මේ සියලු දේවල් නැවත නැවත බලන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම දැන් ඔයාලගේ WhatsApp group එකේ ඔයාලට සංනිවේදනය කරන්න පුළුවන් මගෙත් එක්ක. ඒ කියන්නේ මගේ නම්බර් එකත් එතෙන්ද දාලා messages දාන්න හාමුදුරනේ මේමයි කියලා ඒ group එකට දාපුවාම ඒතර එක එක්කෙනාට මට ඒ වෙලාවේ මේකට message කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැම එක්කෙනාට message කරන්න පුළුවන් විදිහට අපි මේ group එක අලුතෙන් ආයෙ හදනවා. එතකොට කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. මොකක් හරි දෙයක් මට බැරි වෙලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒ වෙලාවේ මට දැනගන්න පුළුවන් මේ මොකක්ද අඩුපාඩුව මොකද්ද කෙරෙන්න ඕනි එහෙම කියන එක. ඒ නිසා මේ අඩුපාඩුකම් මේවා අපි මගහරවා ගමු. ඉතින් එහෙම තමයි. so අපි past tense එකේ tenses තියෙනවා හතරක්. ඒ හතරෙන් අපි තුනක් ඉවර කරලා තියෙනවා. අපිට ඉවර කරන්න තියෙන්නේ past perfect continuous tense කියන එක තමයි. okay past perfect continuous කියන එක තමයි අපිට ඉවර කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම මේ සතියේ ඉඳලා අර ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේෂන් එකක් බැරි වුණා නම් ඒකත් දානවා. ඉතින් මට මොනවා හරි දෙයක් බැරි වෙලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒ group එකේ ඒ විදිහට message එකක් දාන්න ඔබ වහන්සේ මේක දෙනවයි කියලා තාම දුන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. එතකොට ඒක බලලා කරලා කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ නිසා ඒ අඩුපාඩුවත් මේ සතියේ එනකොට මම ඒ විදිහට එහෙම සකසා ගන්නවා. Yeah. How is weather today? It rained, torrential rain. Yeah. Mr. Vijayvardhana, did you get caught in the rain last week?
Last week, Reverend, I purposely I didn't want to go out because since I know the situation in the evening. So that I finish everything by around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like. So I was safe by then.
I see. Okay. Malsha, did you get wet in the rain and catch a cold? Did you catch a cold? No?
Yesterday was cold, Reverend.
Okay. Yesterday it was cold. I'm talking about a cold. I got a cold. Himbirissava cold. Yeah.
No, Reverend.
No, Reverend. I'm fine. I'm in good shape, man. Yes, I'm in good shape. No problem. Yeah. Okay. I was very sick. Oh my God. 2 weeks ago. That's why your class wasn't held. The class hadn't been held actually. 3 weeks in a row. Ek digat sati tuna. Ipne class. Okay. I understand. Our teachers are joining very early today. Okay. That's fine. Maybe we can start the class with them rather than talking about, yeah. Okay. First, our teacher, Visakha Kawasaki. Okay. Right. Okay. Good morning, my teacher, Visaka Kawasaki. You are a bit early today. Oh, no, no, no. Still connecting to audio. Okay. Good morning, my teacher, Visaka. Hello?
We'll join later.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. We would like you to teach a lesson around 9:15. That's fine. Okay. Please. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Right. Now let's continue our lesson. And remember, there are 12 tenses in English language. And I have taught you five, let me count. Actually, eight, almost, no, seven tenses actually. Yeah. So I haven't been able to finish all the past tenses. I have to teach you one more. Okay, I have to teach you one more. I'm going to use the share screen right now. Okay. Share. Okay, English teacher, then grammar, okay, present perfect, past perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense. 5. Computer is a bit slower than expected. That's okay. Past perfect continuous tense. Okay, past perfect continuous practice. And the practice, I mean, we need the theory first.
Hello everyone and welcome to the practical part of the past perfect continuous tense. Have a look at this exercise and try to fill in the gaps with the verbs in past simple and past perfect continuous tense. Let's check the answers. I had been working all day long, so I didn't want to see them in the evening. She had been sleeping for 8 hours when I woke her up. They had been living in London for 5 years when he lost his job. When we met each other, you had been working at this company for a year. It had been raining.
Just a second, please. All right. Never mind. මේකේ මේ පොඩ්ඩක් ස්ටක් වුණා හිතට ගමන්න. ඔව්. වීඩියෝ එක පේන්නේ නැහැ කියලා කිව්වා. හරි. ඒක හරි. ඒක මම දන්නවා. Okay, now let's continue. මේ පොඩි පොඩි ආබාධකම් ඒවා මේවා තියෙනවා. සමහර වෙලාවට හිතන්නේ නැති දේවල් වෙනවා. ඒ කමක් නැහැ. අද අපේ ටීචර්ස්වත් එක්ක අපි කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. ඒගොල්ලෝ තව විනාඩි කිහිපයකින් සම්බන්ධ වෙයි. ඉතින් අපි අද බලමු මොනවාද අපි essential grammar එකේ භාවිතා කරලා තියෙනවා ඒවා මේවා ඊට පස්සේ හොඳයි right හොඳයි මේක ටිකක් ප්‍රමාද වෙන නිසා අපි lesson එකක් කරමු අපි නැතුනට කමක් නැහැ හොඳයි අපිට translations ඒවා මේවා ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා ඉගෙන ගන්න හොඳයි අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම හැම සතියකදීම මම translations ඔයාලට දෙනවා කරන්න ඒ නිසා අර documents ටිකයි ඒ ටිකයි ඔක්කොම download කරගන්න ඔයාලා මේ ඒ ටික download කරගන්න right okay හොඳයි. එතකොට අපි දැන් ටෙන්සස් 12ක් තියෙනවා. මේ 12න් ඔන්න 7ක් විතර අපි ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා. ටෙන්සස් 12න් 7ක් විතර ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා. එතකොට දැන් මේ ටෙන්සස් වලින් මම අහනවා ඔයාලා මේක ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරලා ඔන්න බලන්න කොයිතරම් දුරට අපි ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවාද කියලා. මේ ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේෂන් වලින් අහන්නේ බලන්න මේ වෙලාවෙම ඔන්න ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරන්න බලන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. Okay? Right. තාත්තා ගෙදර එනකොට මම පොතක් කියව හිටියේ. Can you translate that? තාත්තා ගෙදර එනකොට මම පොතක් කියව හිටියේ. How to say that? Yes? ඒ කල්පනා කරලා බලන්න. තාත්තා ගෙදර එනකොට මම පොතක් කියව හිටියේ. How to say that? When my father came home, I was reading a book. I was reading a book. Right. Next one. මං ඒ වෙලාවේ හිටියේ කැන්ටීන් එකේ. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? මම ඒ වෙලාවේ හිටියේ කැන්ටීන් එකේ. Yes. මං ඒ වෙලාවේ හිටියේ කැන්ටීන් එකේ. Yeah.
I was at the cat.
That's
He
right.
was
Yeah.
the cat at that time.
Yeah. Okay. It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. Okay. Right. දැන් මම ටෙන්සස් ඔක්කොගෙම අහනවා. හරිද? මං ඉංග්‍රීසි ඉගෙන ගන්නේ 2000 ඉඳලා. මම ඉංග්‍රීසි ඉගෙන ගන්නේ 2000 ඉඳලා. Yes. දැන් අද ක්ලාස් එකට එනකොට මේ මොනවාද බය නැතුව කතා කරන්න සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න ඒ ටික ඔක්කොම කරන්න හරිද? Okay. මම ඉංග්‍රීසි ඉගෙන ගන්නේ 2000 ඉඳලා. Can you translate that? Okay. Fine. That's correct. Okay. Right. මේ වෙලාවේ හයියෙන් වහිනවා. මේ වෙලාවේ හයියෙන් වහිනවා. Yes.
It is raining heavily that this time.
So right now. At the moment. Okay. හොඳයි. අන්න ඔය විදිහට ටෙන්සස් වගේක් තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි ස්ටෝරි එකක් කිව්වොත් එහෙම මෙන්න මේ වගේ. ඒ ස්ටෝරි එකක් කිව්වොත් එහෙම ඒ ස්ටෝරි එකේ හැම ටෙන්ස් එකක්ම නියෝජනය වෙන පරිදි මෙන්න මේ විදිහට ගත්තොත් එහෙම. right? මෙන්න මේ විදිහට ගත්තොත් එහෙම කොහොමද මේක අපි හදන්නේ? ඔන්න බලන්න. මට ගිය සතියේ ජෙහාන්ව හම්බුණා. හදන්න බලන්න මේ ටික. මම ගිය සතියේ ජෙහාන්ව හම්බුණා.
I met Jehan last week.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, ඇඳගෙන හිටියේ රතු පාට ෂර්ට් එකක්.
He wore
Hmm.
red t-shirt.
He was wearing a red t-shirt. He was wearing a red t-shirt. Okay. Yeah. එයා කොළඹ තමයි යමින් හිටියේ. එයා කොළඹ යමින් හිටියේ.
He was going to the Colombo.
එකක් එන්නේ නැහැ. He was going to Colombo. He was going to Colombo. Yeah. Right. Hmm. අපි දෙන්න එක පන්තියේ හිටියේ. අපි දෙන්න එක පන්තියේ හිටියේ. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? අපි දෙන්න එක පන්තියේ හිටියේ.
Both of us
Hmm?
We both
Ah.
was in
The same class. We were in the same class. Okay. Right. ඊළඟට ජෙහාන් කවදාවත් පිටරට ගිහිල්ලා නැහැ. We were in the same class. Okay. ජෙහාන් කවදාවත් පිටරට ගිහිල්ලා නැහැ. Yes.
Jehan never go abroad.
No.
Gihan never have been to abroad.
No. ජෙහාන් කවදාවත් පිටරට ගිහිල්ලා නැහැ. I know. Mr. Vijayawardena, this is a piece of cake to you.
Jehan never went go abroad.
No. No. දැන් මම කවදාවත් යාපනයේ ගිහිල්ලා නැහැ. මම කවදාවත් පිටරට ගිහිල්ලා නැහැ කියන එක මම ඔයාලට ඔන්න කියලා දුන්නා. කොහොමද ඒක කියලා දුන්නේ? මම කියලා දුන්නා මොකක්ද? I have never been to Jaffna. ඔව් මේ never කියන එක දාපු තැන වැරදි. Jehan has never been abroad. Abroad එකත් එක to එන්නේ නැහැ. It is not followed by to. It's not followed by a preposition. Okay? So the sentence should be Jehan has never been abroad. Okay? Jehan has never been abroad. Okay? ඒත් මං ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. මං ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා රුසියාවට. මම රුසියාවට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. ඕන කියන අපි දෙපාරක්. මම දෙපාරක් රුසියාවට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. දැන් මේක අපි gone කියන එක වචනේ භාවිතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා කියනකොට. හොඳයි. ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. කොහොමද කියන්නේ?
I had gone Russia.
No. Had gone කියන එක that's incorrect. එතන පුතේ එන්නේ gone කියන එක වචනේ භාවිතා කරන්නේ. එහෙම කිව්වොත් එහෙම වැරදෙනවා. I have been to Russia twice. Very good. I have been to Russia twice. Okay. That's correct. එනිසා ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා කියලා කිව්වොත් එහෙම දැන් he has gone out. එයා එළියට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ දැන්. ඒ වගේ රටකට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා කියලා කිව්වොත් එහෙම මේ ඒකෙන් අදහස් කරන්නේ දැන් එයා ඉන්නවා එහෙ කියන එක. ඒකනේ අදහස් කරන්නේ gone කියන එක දාත්තොත් එහෙම. ඉතින් මෙතන එන්නේ been කියන එක තමයි අපි ඒ විදිහට භාවිතා කරන්නේ. Okay. හොඳයි මේ ටෙන්සස් ටික හොඳට ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරගන්න මම මේ වගේ ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේෂන් එකක් හැම සතියේදීම එවනවා. එතන කල්පනා කරලා මේක හොඳට කරන්න බලන්න. එතකොට ඔයාලට ඒක හොඳට මේක දකින්න පුළුවන්. හොඳයි. මම 6 වසර ඉන්නකොට මට ඕන උනේ ડોක්ටර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න. මම 6 වසර ඉන්නකොට මට ඕන උනේ ડોක්ටර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න. Yes. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? 6 වසර ඉන්නකොට මට ඕන උනේ ડોක්ටර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න. Yes. Then I want to be a doctor. No. ඕන උනේ. ඕන උනේ කියනකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? දැන් බලන්න.
When I was in grade 6, I wanted to be a doctor.
I wanted to be එහෙනම් කියන මොකද? I aspired to be නැත්නම් to become a doctor. නේද? I aspired to be a doctor. I aspired to be a singer. අපි එහෙමයි කියන්නේ. මට ඕන උනේ ඇත්තටම ડોක්ටර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න තමයි. Right. දැන් මම බොහෝම ඉගෙන ගන්න දක්ෂයි. මම ගොඩාක් ඉගෙන ගන්න දක්ෂයි ඇත්තට. ඒතර අපි මොකද මේකට භාවිතා කරන්නේ? ඉගෙන ගන්න දක්ෂයි කියන එක. අපි ඒකට භාවිතා කරනවා මොකද්ද? academic. academic. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි කියනවා studious. ඉගෙන ගන්න දක්ෂයි නම් එන්න මේ වචන දෙක භාවිතා කරනවා. studious නැත්නම් අපි academic කියන එක භාවිතා කරනවා. academic. right. එහෙම තමයි. What time is it now? Almost 9 o'clock. I would like my teachers to join the class a bit early if they are free. Yeah, because the video I was going to show you was, you know, maybe something's wrong with it actually. Yeah, I was trying to play it, but yeah, something happened. Never mind. If my teachers are free, then we can get on with the class. Yeah, they are fantastic teachers. Hello, my teachers. Are you ready now? Or you would like, okay, if you are free, we can start the class again with you. Never mind, never mind. Okay, right. Today I can't until the end because we will go to temple for almsgiving.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're here. Good. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, say good morning, everybody. Say good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. No problem. Good to see you. Yeah, we're ready. Everything is fine.
I'm not ready.
Well, Ken's not ready. He's still fiddling around with the computer. Sorry about that, but I'm here. And the sun is shining.
Yeah, it's been a
I don't know.
day since morning. Yeah, I don't think it'll rain this evening.
I hope not. I hope
Yeah.
not. Too much weather around here. Too much weather. Anyway, the birds are happy this morning, so that's good.
Okay, now let me introduce my teachers to you. Actually, today, my English teachers, actually, I learned from them. So they are Mr. Ken Kawasaki and Mrs. Kawasaki. Okay, they were
Yep.
born and raised, they were born and bred in the United States of America. Then after some time, as far as I know, they in their 30s or 40s, they moved to Japan. And after that, they became English teachers, teaching Japanese students. Then they came to Sri Lanka 15 or 16 years ago. Am I right, my teacher? When did
Almost, Bante, almost. But we taught lots of different places. We've taught in Japan. We taught in the United States a little for English as a second language. We taught in refugee camps in Thailand and in the Philippines. And we've lived in a lot of places. But Sri Lanka, Kandy is the best. Is that fair to say? I think so.
Yeah, I'm
We're very
glad
happy
you
to
like
hear
my
from
city.
Yeah. We've been here 18 years in Kandy. Yeah, 18
Oh,
years.
18 years, 18 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And they have been Buddhist for many, many years. They are Buddhist, you know, absolutely, they practice meditation and their life is very inclined to the spiritual path. And they have an organization called um, Buddha brief organization. Yeah,
Buddhist Relief Mission. That's
yeah,
right.
good relief mission. So through that, they have been able to help so many people throughout the country, not only in Sri Lanka, but also in foreign countries as well. So they have been feeding many mouths. ඒගොල්ලෝ දැන් ඇත්තටම ලංකාවේ ඉන්නේ අවුරුදු ගාණක් තිස්සේ මේ සංවිධානය තුලින් ගොඩාක් අයට මේ දුප්පත් අයට මේ මුදල් අරගෙන මේගොල්ලෝ ඇත්තටම ගොඩාක් අයට ඒ කෑම බීම ආදී ඔක්කොම දේවල් දීලා එහෙම තමයි කටයුතු කරන්නේ. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ ඒ ලැබෙන අරමුදල තුලින් විශාල සංඛ්‍යාවකට ලංකාවේ ඉන්න දුප්පත් පවුල් වලට ගොඩාක් උදව් කරනවා. එහෙම තමයි කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේම so not only that they have written many Buddhist books. Yeah. So recently one book was launched called Jataka Tales. Jataka Tales, retold by our teachers. They're wonderful. Yeah. And you all can understand. Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we're very lucky. Yes, we're very lucky. Very lucky to be able to live here quietly in a beautiful place and have many friends. But I think we enjoy teaching the most because we learn when we teach. We learn so much from our students. We're so lucky. And that, especially you, Monte, especially you.
Okay.
I don't want to play favorites, but you taught us a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that you have been able to learn a bit from me. I don't know. Okay.
It's true. Yes.
Today, we'd like to share a story which
Yeah.
comes from a book of folk tales from many countries, published by the United Nations, UNESCO. So the story we were going to read today is from Laos.
Oh.
Laos is a small.
No, does
Buddhist-
anybody know? Where's Laos?
Do you know where Laos is?
Has anybody heard of Laos? Laos.
Oh.
Laos is a small Buddhist country north of Thailand.
Oh. තායිලන්තයේ
Well,
උතුරට
you know where
තියෙන
Thailand is.
නගරයක් තමයි මේ ලාओස් කියලා කියන්නේ. මේ ලාओස් පිළිබඳ තියෙන ජන කතාවක් තමයි මොන කියවන්න යන්නේ. Oh. Yes.
Long ago, Laos was a kingdom. Now it's not. It's a country like other countries. There's no king. They have a government. But long ago, they had a king. The same as Thailand or Sri Lanka had a king.
ඒ දවස්වලත් ඔන්න රජ කෙනෙක් ඉන්න හිටියා. ඒ
Ready
වගේ
to see the story now? Okay, so this is a folk tale from Laos. It's
Oh.
about a king. And the name of the story is Aren't We All Human Beings?
අපි
Okay.
Now, if you take a look at the pictures,
Can you move the paper so we can see the picture?
yeah, I don't know.
ඔව් බලන්න
Yeah.
පින්තූර දිහා.
That's all right.
පින්තූර දිහා බලන්න.
The first picture, Laos has a border with Thailand, and it's a river, and it's a very beautiful, very big river.
It's called the Mekong.
The Mekong River, and that's the border between the two countries, and very important to be able to travel on that river. We've gone across that river before. We lived actually near that river in Thailand at one point, but it's a very beautiful place, very beautiful. So the setting of the story is on a boat, the king's boat, because the king is traveling on the river, the Mekong River.
ඔව් රජතුමා තමයි මෙන්න මේ
Can we see the story again?
ඔව්
I hit them. That's okay.
හොඳයි. දැන් පේනව නේද? අපි හැමෝම මිනිස්සු නෙවෙයිද? කියන එක තමයි folk tale කියලා කියන්නේ. මොකද්ද? ජන කතාවක්. මේ ලාවෝස් වල. ඒ කියන්නේ තායිලන්තේ ඇත්තටම තායිලන්තේ රජ කෙනෙක් තමයි ඉඳලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ විදිහට ඒ තායිලන්තේ රජ කෙනෙක් ඉඳලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේ මේ කතාව තියෙන්නේ මේ ගමන් කරන එකක්. හොඳයි.
Okay. But then can you make it a little smaller so they can see all of the writing?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to do that.
We can, yes.
It's like magic.
Can you make it a little smaller?
You want me to make it smaller? Okay. Something like this?
Because they can't see all of the words.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
that's
better.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. So they can see them.
Yeah. Can you move it so we can see the picture?
Can't do that right now.
Okay.
He's struggling with that.
Okay.
Can they see the while we read it? Can they see the text?
Okay.
Can you share the screen so they see the text while we're reading?
I don't know how you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay, I'll zoom it.
Zoom is like magic to me. I don't understand how to use Zoom very well. Okay, should we begin reading now?
Yes.
Go.
Okay.
Please go
You
ahead.
begin.
Aren't we all human beings? A folk tale from Laos. Once a king was taking a long trip in his royal barge, accompanied by another boat for the royal advisors. It was a hot, sunny day, and the boatman had to row upstream for many hours while the king and his advisor lay at ease under the canopies of the boats. The boatmen's bodies were covered with sweat, and one of them began grumbling. "It's really not fair," he said to the boatman next to him. "Aren't we all human beings? Why do we have to do all the hard work while those lazy advisors just rest in the shade? After all, we're all men and all subjects of the king, so they ought to be rowing too."
The king's eyes were closed, but he heard everything the boatman said. However, he pretended to go on sleeping. At the end of the day, they tied up beside a small temple to sleep in their boats. After they had eaten, the boatmen fell asleep quickly. Some of them were even snoring. But the king was still awake, and he heard a noise coming from the direction of the temple. He awakened the boatman who had been grumbling and sent him to see what the noise was. When the boatman returned, the king said, "What is the noise?"
"Some puppies are making the noise," answered the boatman.
"How many puppies are there?" asked the king.
The boatman didn't know, so he had to run back to check. When he returned, he said, "There are 5 puppies."
"Are the puppies male or female?" asked the king.
Again, the boatman had to run to see. Returning, he told the king, "There are 3 male puppies and 2 female puppies."
"What color are they?" asked the king.
Again, the boatman ran to see. When he came back, he said, "They are white, black, and brown."
Then the king wakened one of the royal advisors. and asked him to go and see what the noise was.
In a few minutes, the advisor came back and said, "It's some puppies that are making the noise."
How many puppies? Asked the king.
5, answered the advisor.
Are they males or females? Asked the king.
3 males and 2 females.
What color are they?
The puppies are white, black, and brown, and the mother is black. They belong to the priest of the temple there.
Then the king turned to the boatman and said, "You had to go 4 times to answer my questions." That's why some men are boatmen and some are royal advisors. Even though we're all human beings.
Okay.
Did you understand the story?
Could you follow the story? We can do it again.
Did you understand
They have
the
any questions? What do they think?
questions, my students? Hello?
Shall we read it again?
Do you want to hear it again?
Say yes. Malcha?
Okay, we'll read it once more.
What should we do, Vante?
I think we can read the story and maybe a few students didn't understand. Yeah. So they might have come across a few difficult words. Yeah.
Okay, we can stop at difficult words
Okay.
too. How's that?
Do you want to translate after we read it?
Yes, that's
We
fine.
read a little bit and you translate?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
And yes, I think that the pictures help. So we can see what a barge is. The
Yeah.
barge is the
Barge.
boat
You
that,
cannot either.
and royal advisor means the king's advisors, right? The royal,
advice.
right?
Okay. After each paragraph, we'll stop and you can translate. You can
Okay.
explain.
Okay. Now notice that it's a question. The title is a question. Aren't we all human beings?
අපි හැමෝම
What's a human being?
human being.
I'm a human being.
Mm.
Are you a human being? Is everybody listening a human being? No cats in the audience?
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
let's read it. We'll stop after each paragraph and you can explain. Okay. Read the first paragraph.
Okay. Aren't we all human beings? A folk tale from Laos.
Oh.
Once a king was taking a long trip in his royal barge, accompanied by another boat for the royal advisors.
Hmm.
It was a hot, sunny day, and the boatman had to row upstream for many hours while the king and his advisors lay at ease under the canopies of the boats.
right. පළමුව මේකේ තේරුම මොකද්ද කියලා මම එකමත් කාලෙක රජ කෙනෙක් ඇත්තටම ලොකු සවාරියක් යනවා මේ රොයල් බාජ් එක. මේ රජතුමා ගමන් කරන මේ පේනව නේද මේක බාජ් කියන එක. ඔව්. ඒ වගේම තව බෝට්ටුවකුත් එක්ක තමයි යන්නේ. ඒ කාටද? for the royal advisors. මේ රජුරවන්ට මේ උපදෙස් දෙන අය එහෙම නැත්නම් කෙනෙක් අය තමයි මේ royal advisors කියලා කියන්නේ. එතකොට මේක හරිම රස්නෙයි ඒ වගේම හොඳ උණුසුම් දවසක්. එතකොට මේ බෝට්ටුවේ ගමන් කරපු කට්ටියට ගමන් කරන්න ඕනේ ගඟේ පහළ අතර නෙමෙයි උඩු අතට. දැන් අපි උඩු ගම්බලා පිහිනනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒක තමයි අප්ස්ට්‍රීම් කියලා කියන්නේ. පැය ගාණක් තිස්සේ. ඒ කියන්නේ උඩට යන්න හරි අමාරුයි. පහළට යන්න ලේසියි. එතකොට රජ්ජුරුවෝයි එයාගේ ඇඩ්වයිසර්ස්ලයි මේ බොහොම පහසුවෙන් හිටියා මේ under the canopies මේ canopies කියන එක පේනව නේද? මේ canopy එක කියලා කියන්නේ මේ හෙවන තියෙන්නේ. මේකට තමයි අපි canopy එක කියලා කියන්නේ. උඩු වියන කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒකට තමයි canopies of the boats. Yes, my teacher, please go ahead.
The boatmen's bodies were covered with sweat, and one of them began grumbling. "It's really not fair," he said to the boatman next to him. "Aren't we all human beings? Why do we have to do all the hard work while those lazy advisors just rest in the shade? After all, we're all men and all subjects of the king, so they ought to be rowing too."
ඔව් ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ බෝට්ටුව පදවන් ගියපු කට්ටියගේ මුළු ඇඟම දහඩියෙන් තෙමෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. එතකොට එක්කෙනෙක් අනේ ග්‍රම්බ්ලින් කියන අනේ බලන්නකො මොකක්ද අප්පා මෙහෙම කියලා සංකේන්ද්‍රි ගානේ සහ අර චෝදනා කරන්නේ නිකන් මැසිවිලි නගන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ග්‍රම්බ්ලින්. It's really not fair. බලන්නකො ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? හරිම ඒක අසාධාරණයි. නේද? එහෙම කිව්වා බෝට්මෙන්ලාට උඩ එහා පැත්තේ හිටපු අය කෙනාට. අපිත් මිනිස්සු නෙවෙයිද? ඇයි අපිට මේ ඔක්කොම මහන්සි වැඩ කරන්න වෙන්නේ? අර කම්මැලි කට්ටිය those lazy advisors අර කම්මැලිකමෙන් රජුරන්ට උපදෙස් දෙන කට්ටිය අර විදිහට ඉන්නවා. මේ හෙවණට වෙලා. අපි මෙහිම පදිනවා. බලන්නකෝ. Yeah, all men and all subjects of the king. අපි රජුරන්ගේම මේ හැම දෙයකම කටයුතු කරන අය නෙමෙයිද? ඔව් ඒගොල්ලොත් ඔරුව පදින්න එපායි. ඒගොල්ලොත් ඔරුව පදින්න ඕන. අන්න එහෙම කිව්වා. Yes, my teacher.
The king's eyes were closed, but he heard everything the boatman said. However, he pretended to go on sleeping.
Okay. ඇත්තටම රජ්ජුරුවෝගේ ඇස් දෙක වැහිලා තිබුණේ. ඒත් එයාට ඇහුණා මේ අර බෝට්ටුව පදවපු මිනිස්සයා කියපු දේ. එයා මේ pretended කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? එයා ඇත්තටම බොරුවට රඟපෑවා නිදාගෙන ඉන්නවා කියලා. He pretended to go on sleeping. නිදාගෙන වගේ ඉන්නවා කියලා පෙන්නනවා. ඇත්තටම නිදාගෙන නෙවෙයි හිටියේ. Yes.
At the end of the day, they tied up beside a small temple to sleep in their boats. After they had eaten, the boatman fell asleep quickly. Some of them were even snoring. But the king was still awake, and he heard a noise coming from the direction of the temple. He awakened the boatman, who had been grumbling, and sent him to see what the noise was.
එතකොට දැන් ඔන්න දවස් අවසානයේදී මේගොල්ලෝ මේ අර බෝට්ටුව මේ විදිහට පොඩි පන්සලක් ළඟ ඒ විදිහට බැඳලා ඒ කරලා ඔන්න මේ ඒගොල්ලෝ නිදාගන්න මේ බෝට්ටුවේ ඒගොල්ලෝ කෑම කාලේ ඉවර වුණාට පස්සේ මේ බෝට්ටුවේ හිටපු අය ඉතා ඉක්මනින්ම නිින්දට වැටුණා. Some of them were even snoring. Snoring කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Snoring කියලා කියන්නේ මෙතන නිදි මතයි කියන එක. ඔව් සඳමාලි කියන්න.
When the boatman returned, the king said, "What is the noise?"
ඔව්. එතකොට බලන්න දැන් මේක ස්නෝරින් කියලා කියන්නේ අපි ගොරවනවානේ. එතකොට නමුත් මේගොල්ලෝ ගෙරෙව්වත් රජතුමා අවදීන් හිටියේ. එයා අවදීන් තමයි හිටියේ.
So he heard a noise coming in the direction of the temple. The other noise was a strange noise, right? Funny noise.
Awaken කියලා කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ අවදි කරා. දැන් අජිර අවදි කරා මේගොල්ලෝ මේ අර මේ බෝට්ටේ හිටපු මිනිස්සයාව ඒ කංකේද්‍රි ගාපු මිනිස්සයාව ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න මොකද්ද මේ සද්දේ කියලා. Yes. When
Some puppies are making the noise, answered the boatman.
මොකද කිව්වේ? මොකද සද්ද කියලා බලන්න එනකොට මේ බලු පැටව් වගේක් මෙන්න
How
මේ.
many puppies are there? Asked.
How many puppies are there? Asked the king.
How many puppies are there? Asked the king.
රජුර ඇහුවා කී
The
දෙනෙක්?
boatman. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes.
The boatman didn't know, so he had to run back to check. When he returned, he said, there are 5 puppies.
ඇත්තටම මෙයා දැනගත්තේ නෑ. නිකන් බලු පැටව විතරයි කිව්වේ. මොකද්ද කිව්වේ? එයා ආපහු ගියා. බලු පැටව වගේ තමයි සද්ද කියලා කිව්වා ආපහු ගියා. ඉහිල කිව්වා මොකද්ද? බලු පැටව 5ක් ඉන්නවා කියලා. හරිද? Yes.
Are the puppies male or female? Asked the king.
මේ බලු පැටව ඇත්තටම
Again,
පිරිමි අයද? ඒ කියන්නේ බලු කුක්කෝද කික්කියෝද කියලා හැවුවා. Yes.
Again, the boatman had to run to see. Returning, he told the king, there are 3 male puppies and 2 female puppies.
දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ ගිහින් බලන්න ගියපුවාම එයාට තව පාරක් යන්න ඕන. එතකොට බල්ලා කිව්වා මොකද්ද? බලු කුක්කෝ 3යි කික්කියෝ 2යි කියලා කිව්වා. Yes.
What color are they? Asked the king.
ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ පාට මොකද්ද කියලා රජුර ඇහුවා. Yes.
Again, the boatman ran to see. When he came back, he said, they are white, black, and brown.
ඔන්න දැන් බෝට් එකේ මිනිස්සේ ආපහු ඒක බලන්න ගියා. ගිහලා කිව්වලු එගු සුදු පාටයි, කළු පාටයි, දුඹුරු පාටයි කියලා කිව්වලු. Yes.
Then the king wakened one of the royal advisors and asked him to go and see what the noise was.
දැන් මොකද කරන්නේ? දැන් රජුරෝ අවදි කරාලු අර රොයල් ඇඩ්වයිසර්. රජුරෝට උපදෙස් දෙන කෙනා. උපදෙස් දෙන අය ඉන්නවනේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ අවදි කරවලා ඇහුවලු බලන්න මොකද අර සද්ද කියලා. Yes.
In a few minutes, the advisor came back and said, it's some puppies that are making the noise.
ඔන්න මිනිත්තු ගානකින්ම අර ඇඩ්වයිසර් ගිහිල්ලා ඇවිල්ලා කිව්වලු මොකද්ද? මේ බලු පැටව වගේක් තමයි මේ සද්ද කරන්නේ කියලා.
How many puppies? Asked the king.
Yes. 5, answered the advisor.
Okay.
Are they males or females? Asked the king.
3 males and 2 females.
What color are they?
The puppies are white, black, and brown, and the mother is black. They belong to the priest of the temple there.
දැන් එතකොට බලන්න ඇඩ්වයිස් ගියාට පස්සේ එකපාරින්ම එයා ඔක්කොම දේවල් දැනගත්තානේ. එතකොට පපීස්ලා ගාන කීයද? කුක්කෝද කික්කියෝද මොන පාටද? ඒගොල්ලෝ කාටද අයිති? කාටද අයිති පන්සලේ ඉන්න ආන්දරවන්ට එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒ කියන එක පවා එයා ඉගෙන ගත්තා. ඔන්න ඇඩ්වයිස් ගියාට පස්සේ. Yes.
Then the king turned to the boatman and said, you had to go 4 times to answer my questions, but my advisor had to go only once. That's why some men are boatmen and some are royal advisors, even though we're all human beings.
දැන් ඔන්න රජුරෝ මේ අර විදිහට කියපු බෝට් එකේ හිටපු මිනිස්සයාට දිහාට හැරිලා කියනවා මොකද්ද? ඔයාට 4 වතාවක් යන්න උනා මගේ ප්‍රශ්න වලට උත්තර දෙන්න. ඒ වුණාට මගේ ඇඩ්වයිසර්ට යන්න උනේ එක වතාවයි. ඒකනේ සමහර අය බෝට්ටු පදින මිනිස්සු වෙලා ඉන්නේ සමහරු මේ රාජකීය උපදේශකයන් විදිහට ඉන්නේ. අපි හැමෝම මිනිස්සු වුණා. අපි හැමෝම මිනිස් වර්ගයා වුණත් කියලා මොන ඔය විදිහට කිව්වා. That's a wonderful story. Yes, my teachers.
Okay. Can they all understand the story?
Any questions?
Okay.
Any comments?
Any questions?
So why don't we read it? We read it once more without stopping all the way through. They can hear it again.
Yeah.
Good idea or okay?
Are we
Yeah,
going?
we'll read it once more. They just listen. Okay. Aren't we all human beings? A folk tale from Laos.
Once a king was taking a long trip in his royal barge, accompanied by another boat for the royal advisors. It was a hot, sunny day, and the boatman had to row upstream for many hours, while the king and his advisor lay at ease under the canopies of the boats. The boatmen's bodies were covered with sweat, and one of them began grumbling. "It's really not fair," he said to the boatman next to him. "Aren't we all human beings? Why do we have to do all the hard work while those lazy advisors just rest in the shade? After all, we're all men and all subjects of the king, so they ought to be rowing too."
The king's eyes were closed, but he heard everything the boatman said. However, he pretended to go on sleeping. At the end of the day, they tied up beside a small temple to sleep in their boats. After they had eaten, the boatmen fell asleep quickly. Some of them were even snoring. But the king was still awake, and he heard a noise coming from the direction of the temple. He awakened the boatman, who had been grumbling, and sent him to see what the noise was. When the boatman returned, the king said, "What is the noise?"
"Some puppies are making the noise," answered the boatman.
"How many puppies are there?" asked the king.
The boatman didn't know, so he had to run back to check. When he returned, he said, "There are 5 puppies."
"Are the puppies male or female?" asked the king.
Again, the boatman had to run to see. Returning, he told the king, "There are 3 male puppies and 2 female puppies."
"What color are they?" asked the king.
Again, the boatman ran to see. When he came back, he said, "They are white, black, and brown."
Then the king wakened one of the royal advisors and asked him to go and see what the noise was.
Mute
In a
करेगा.
few minutes, the advisors came back and said, "It's some puppies that are making the noise."
"How many puppies?" asked the king.
5, answered the advisor.
"Are they males or females?" asked the king.
3 males and 2 females.
"What color are they?"
The puppies are white, black, and brown, and the mother is black. They belong to the priest of the temple there.
Then the king turned to the boatman and said, "You had to go 4 times to answer my questions, but my advisor had told once. That's why some men are boats and some are royal advisors, even though we're all human beings."
Mic off करना. Mic off करना. Okay, right.
The question is,
Yeah.
are you a boatman or a royal advisor?
Oh. And the question is the king wise?
When someone asks you to do something, do you think of all the things that are necessary to answer the question, to do the job? And do you do them all at once? Or do you only do a little bit?
Hmm.
And then if something else has to be done, you have to do it again and again and again. Or can you do everything the first time? Are you a boatman or a royal advisor?
Which do you want to be?
Which do you want to be?
Mm.
Hmm.
And if you're a boatman, how do you become a royal advisor?
But not everybody can be a royal advisor. There's nothing wrong with being a boatman unless you get angry with the royal advisors. The
Oh.
king was very wise.
Oh,
We are all human beings. We're all different. We're all different. We all have different skills. Many things I cannot do that somebody else can do. But when I do what I do, I want to do it very well. The boatmen were good boatmen, but they complained and they were jealous
Hmm.
of the advisors. I think the king is very wise. I really do.
ඔව් මම හිතන රජුරෝ කියන්නේ බොහොම ඥානවන්තයි නේද? ඒකයි මේ ලෝකේ සමහර අය බෝට්මන්ලා ඉන්නේ සමහර කට්ටිය රොයල් ඇඩ්වයිසර්ස්ලා වෙන්නේ. නේද? Tamanට ලැබිච්ච රැකියාව Taman හරියට කරන්න ඕන. දැන් අර බෝට්ටුකරුවෝ ඇත්තටම බොහොම හොඳින් එයාලට තියෙන රාජකාරිය කරා. හැබැයි ඒගොල්ලෝ ඊර්ෂ්‍යා සහගත වුණා. අරගොල්ලන්ට ලැබිච්ච අර සම්පත් එහෙම මේගොල්ලන්ට ලැබිච්ච එක නැති එක ගැන. Yes. That's a wonderful story, Mighty. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Yeah.
I hope
Good.
so too, Bante. I really do. I love this story because I think we can train ourselves to do something very well, not do a sloppy job.
Hmm.
We can practice when we go to do something, look at all of it and try and see it and then not just do a little. Anyway.
Always do our best.
Always do our best. Always do our best. And not be jealous of people who have other talents.
Hmm.
The king was very wise. The king was right. Because we're all human beings. We are. We're all human beings.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
Thank
love
you
this
very
story.
much.
I don't know. I'd like to know how the students feel about it, but maybe they can tell it, write something to you or tell something to you later. I don't want to put them on the spot now, but if they like this kind of story, we would really love to do stories with them in the future too, if you had time. It's very nice.
මේ වගේ කතාවකට ඔයාලා ඉදිරියට කැමති වෙනවා නම් අපිට පුළුවන් තව වතාවකදී මෙතුමන්ලත් එක්කම මේ විදිහට කතා කරන්න ඉගෙන ගන්න යම් දෙයක්. Okay.
Yeah. And if they have any questions for us too, that would be lovely right now. Anything that we can do.
ඔයාලා කැමති නම් ඔන්න අහන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රශ්න වගේක් ඕන එකක් අහන්න පුළුවන්. Mr. Vijayawardena, feel free to ask them any questions. I know short while ago you were driving your car. I don't know if you have got to the destination now.
Sure, Reverend. I'm right now I'm in Kandy.
Yeah, he's actually a manager. Okay.
I see. Oh, wonderful. Oh, we never stop studying, do we? I'm the good for you. Good for you. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you, teacher. Very respectfully, we are pleased to see you all here actually. My thank goes to the Reverend as well. And I'm happy to do the class with our Reverend. And it's an additional arrangement as you both were here today. And I was wondering, you being a Japanese nationalities, how best you could pronounce the English language as native speakers.
No, we are both Americans.
Yeah, we're both
But I have a
Americans.
Japanese name because my father was Japanese. My father was born in Japan, but he went to the United States when he was 18 years old, and then for the rest of his life lived in the United States.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
all right.
passed away now.
Understand. Thank
Yes.
you.
But we lived in Japan, what, 30
Yeah.
years? Yeah.
I was born in the United States. I'm an American, but I was very interested in Japan.
Of course.
So after I graduated from the university, I was offered a job to teach in Japan. I went to Japan and began teaching. That was 60 years ago. And then I met Visaka in Japan. We got married and we worked together teaching in Japan. So we were there about 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, teacher. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. You were born and raised Christian, as far as I know. Then what
Yeah.
made you
Yeah.
become, what made you to embrace Buddhism? Yeah. How did it happen?
We were in Japan. Of course, there's a lot of Buddhism in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and we learned a little bit about Buddhism, but we didn't know very much. But we were very interested in Buddhist art
Mhm.
because the Japanese Buddhist art is very wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to a museum and we saw some very important pieces of Buddhist art from all over the world.
Mhm.
And a friend explained many of the pieces of the Buddhist art to us and told us about the different countries they came from. Then, about a few months later, we left Japan and began traveling. We visited also many Buddhist countries and we saw a lot of the same Buddhist art, and we were very interested. We took many pictures, many photographs, and we talked with a lot of people, and we learned a little bit more. We visited many temples. Then we got to India. We came to Sri Lanka.
Oh, it was wonderful in Sri
We spent
Lanka.
about 2 months in Sri Lanka.
It was grand.
And then we went to India
Mhm.
and traveled, and we were in Sanchi. You know, Sanchi is a beautiful, a small place, but it has a beautiful dagoba,
Stupa.
a stupa.
Yeah.
And on that stupa, there are many beautiful carvings, particularly of the Jataka.
Now, we were in Sanchi. It was hot. It was so hot that we got up early in the morning to go out and see the temple and the carvings and the railings, everything. So hot. Before lunchtime, we had to go back. We stayed at the Mahabodhi Society guest house, right? And the monk was very kind to us, and the in charge was very kind to us. He said, please go to the library. It's very cool. So we went to the library. It was cool. And we found a book of Jataka stories.
So during the day, we read the Jataka stories. And then in the morning, we went up to the pagoda and saw the pictures of the Jataka,
stories.
the stone carvings. And we were very impressed. Very impressed with the stories, very impressed with the pictures, the carvings. And we studied. We stayed there several days. And after a few days, we realized that we had become Buddhists.
Yeah.
We started realizing we were Buddhists because we had learned so much and it meant so much to us.
From books. We didn't have a teacher. But we knew that, yes, Buddhism was what we understood. So that.
And then after that, we started studying more about Buddhism.
We still didn't have a teacher.
We met many monks. We studied.
We traveled.
And we realized the importance of the Buddhist teaching and how important it is to our lives. And we want to be good Buddhists.
So we've had many teachers in a way. I got my name, Visaka, when we took refuge in precepts for the first time in a Vietnamese temple in a refugee camp.
සරණාගත කඳුල ඉන්න වියට්නාමේදී එතනදී තමයි එතනියට ඔය විශාකා කියන නම දාගෙන තියෙන්නේ. නැත්නම් එතනගේ නම මම හිතන්නේ ක්‍රිස්ටින් කියන නම තමයි කලින් තිබිලා තියෙන්නේ. ඔව්. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි ඔය මේ නම ඇත්තටම ඇතුළත් කරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. මේ මොනවාද? ඔව් ඒ විදිහට තමයි. ඉතින් අර ජාතක කතා කියවලා ඊට පස්සේ එකෙන් ඇති වෙච්ච තුලින් තමයි මේ විශේෂයෙන්ම බෞද්ධයන් බවට පත් වෙලා තියෙන ඉන්දියාවේදී. පැහැදිලි නැති මෙතුමාලා කියවේ. ඔව්.
I was just about to ask that name, Reverend Isaka.
Yeah. So it was given to her in the Philippines by a Buddhist monk.
Yeah, Buddhist monk. So but we had many teachers in the refugee camps. The Cambodian monks, most of them had been killed in the genocide in Cambodia, but the temples were very lovely, and the people really lived their Buddhist lives. And so we learned, we had many good friends in the Dhamma. We had many teachers. When we went back to Japan to teach again and to a new job, I worked for Kobe Steel at that time. We found our main temple, our main teacher, a Burmese monk in the pagoda in Japan, and he was very good. But we started doing serious meditation at that time with him as well. So very lucky.
Since we became Buddhists, we have met many monks. We have monks from Laos, monks from Cambodia, monks from Burma,
Sri Lanka,
monks from Sri Lanka,
yep.
Thailand,
yep.
Japan,
Korea,
Korea, and all of these monks have, we realize, are our teachers.
Yeah.
So when we think of ourselves as Buddhists, we think Buddhists, not Sri Lankan Buddhists, not Burmese Buddhists, not Thai Buddhists, but we have learned from all of the different traditions. And we respect all of the traditions.
And we feel comfortable in every temple. Tibetan too. We have very lovely friend, Dhamma friend, Canadian Tibetan nun, who is a teacher for us as well. So how lucky we are. We are at home in every temple, everywhere. Very at home. Yeah, very lucky.
මේ දහම ඉගෙන ගත්තා ලෝකේ පුරාම ඉන්න භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේලාගේ. ඒ කියන්නේ බෞද්ධයින් වුණාට පස්සේ විශේෂයෙන්ම බුරුමේට ගිහිල්ලා බුරුමේදී තමයි භාවනාව කියන එක හොඳින්ම ප්‍රගුණ කරන්න පටන් ගත්තේ. මේ භාවනාව කියන එක බොහොම හොඳින් ප්‍රගුණ කරන්න පටන් ගත්තේ ඒක. ඊට පස්සේ ජපානයේ, තායිලන්තයේ, ලාओස් මේ හැම ස්ථානයකදීම ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේලා මුණ ගැහිලා හොඳට ඒ කමඨහන් ආදී අරගෙන හොඳට ධර්මයේ ඉගෙනගෙන එහෙම තමයි කටයුතු කරේ. දැන් මෙතුමාලා ඇත්තටම පොත් ගොඩාක් ලියලා තියෙන බෞද්ධ පොත්. සමහර වෙලාවට ගත්තාම බෞද්ධ දැනුම ගත්තාම අපිට වැඩි කියලා හිතන්න පුළුවන් අවුරුදු ගාණක් තිස්සේ. ඔය ගෙදර ගත්තාම ඔය පිටිපස්සේ දකින්න පුළුවන්. ඒ මමත් ඔය ගෙදර ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. මේ ඉතින් හැම වර්ගයකම බුද්ධ රූපද ඔය හැම දෙයක්ම බුදු පිළිමේ ඔක්කොම එකතු කරලා මේ නුවර අනිමත්ත ප්‍රදේශයේ තමයි ජීවත් වෙන්නේ. Yes, my teachers. Yeah.
And we love to teach English. And so we're really happy that we worked on a textbook that is being used in other countries to teach English to monks and nuns and students. But also we're happy that the Jatakas are now translated into French, Russian, Ukrainian, and Spanish, as well as English. So Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi encouraged us to come to Sri Lanka to finish the Jataka stories. Then the Buddhist Publication Society printed it. And then now BCC, Buddhist Cultural Center in Colombo, is publishing and printing, but it's available all over the world. And yes, so, and now in 4 different languages.
Wow.
Very happy.
Bhikkhu Bodhi.
Yeah, very happy about that.
Bhikkhu Bodhi කියන ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ තමයි මෙයාට ලංකාවට ඇවිල්ලා මේ කරන්න කියලා කිව්වේ. ලංකාවට ආවට පස්සේ මේ ජාතක කතා නැවත ලියන්න පටන් ගත්තා. සරල භාෂාවෙන් නැවත ආකාරයෙන් තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් විදිහට මෙතුමාලා ලියුවා. ලියලා ඉවරලා ඒ ජාතක කතා භාෂා 4කට පරිවර්තනය කිරීම පවා සිද්ධ වුණා. එතකොට මේ මෙතුමාලා දැනට මම බලලා තියෙන මෙතුමාලා ලියපු පොත් කීපයක්ම මම කියවලා තියෙනවා. මම ඊළඟ දවසක මම පෙන්නන්නම්. ඉතින් අවුරුදු ගාණක් තිස්සේ මහන්සියලා ඔය මුළු දවස් තිස්සේම ඔය ලැබෙන මුදල් වලින් හැමතිස්සෙම කරන්නේ ඔය සරණාගත කඳවුරු වල ඉන්න අයට උදව් කරන එක, දුප්පත් මිනිසුන්ට මුදල් ඊළඟට මේ වියලි ආහාර ද්‍රව්‍ය ආදී බෙදෙන එක ඒවෙන් තමයි මුළු දවසම ගත කරන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ භාවනා කරන එක. ඔය මැඩම්ගේ හැම මොන දිහා දකින්න පුළුවන්. මේ දෙන්නාගේම මොන දිහා බලපුවාම they have a very nice smile always on their face. It is, you know, it is the power of compassion. Yeah, it is the power of compassion. Yeah, loving kindness. Yeah, yeah.
And I want to say one more thing. We grew up Christian, and the kind of training that we had in morality and in service. Our churches were very active, helping poor people and helping handicapped. And anyway, we grew up with that tradition, and so it didn't really matter. I learned a lot from that growing. And when we were in Japan, we had a group called Students of the Lotus, and we meditated. And we would read suttas and do readings and discussion. And we had Christians, Catholics, and Protestants join us. And they really enjoyed it. They enjoyed the meditation. There was we didn't try to change. We never changed. And I would say that in a funny kind of way, some of those people were good Buddhists in the sense of metta karuna, and in the sense of understanding many of they never changed their religion, but I think their lives were enriched by the Buddhist study, and it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I feel comfortable, and I lived with Muslims in the Philippines, and my best friend was the imam. I learned a lot from him, and I didn't change my belief at all. And I think I learned something from him, and I think he learned something from me. So yeah, the label, I see the sign, proud to be a Buddhist. I never say that. I'm just happy to be a Buddhist. And I feel like what is most important about Dhamma is common to all human beings, whether they know it or not.
ඇත්තම මේ මෙතුමී කියන ආකාරයට
Does that make sense?
yeah. Yeah. ඇත්තට මෙතුමී කියන ආකාරයට මෙතුමිය හැදී වැඩුණේ මේ ඇමරිකා එක්සත් ජනපදයේ එයා කලින් කුඩා කාලේ ඉන්නකොට ඒ පල්ලිවලට එහෙම ගිහිල්ලා ඉගෙනගත්ත දේවල් තිබ්බලු. ඒ කියන්නේ දුප්පත් මිනිසුන්ට උදව් කරන්න, මෙහෙම සලකන්න. ඉතින් ඒ දේවලුත් ඒව කවදාවත් වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. නමුත් විශ්වාසය කියන දේ සහ බෞද්ධ ආගමට හැරුණාට පස්සේ විශේෂයෙන් ඔය ජපානයේ ගිහිල්ලා ඊට පස්සේ පිලිපීනයේ ගිහිල්ලා ඒ වගේ සමහර රටවල් වලදී මුස්ලිම් අය හම්බුණා කවදාවත් ඒගොල්ලොත් එක්ක අර තර්ක කරලා මංගේ කියන දේ හරි එහෙම කියලා නෑ. ඒගොල්ලොන්ත් එක්ක මෛත්‍රී කරුණාවෙන් සලකලා තියෙනවා. ඒකද ඒගොල්ලන්ගෙන් මෙතුමිය ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා දේවල්, මෙතුමියගෙන් ඒගොල්ලෝ දේවල් ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා. එහෙම තමයි මේ ජීවිතේ ගත කරේ. කවදාවත් දැන් මෙතුමිය ගෙදරට අපි දන්නවා ඇමරිකාවේ ඉඳලා ගොඩක් කට්ටිය එනවා. ඒ හැමෝම වෙන බෞද්ධයෝ නෙවෙයි. නේද? බෞද්ධයෝ නමුත් ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ හැම දෙයක්ම ගෙදර ඒ විදිහට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ දන්න දේ විතරයි. කවදාවත් අර මේ මහෙන් වෙන්නේ කියලා බලෙන් කාටවත් දහම කියන්නේ යන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙම තමයි.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's Ashoka. Okay. Ashoka's here. Can I tell you a happy story?
Sure.
Do we have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy story. Our friend, the Tamil shop where we do a lot of shopping, and he makes parcels for us to give away for food. Today is his birthday.
Wow.
And he's our neighbor, but he's also he's also a businessman. So he and his wife went to Australia recently. Their daughter had a baby. They were there. He's come back, and today is his birthday. So for his birthday, family and friends were going to have a big party. But he said, no, I don't want to do that. For my birthday, I want to give food to people who need food. So Ashoka just came, our driver just came, and he is getting food from the shop. It's his donation for his birthday. He is giving food to the cancer home, the Cancer Society,
Wow.
for his birthday instead of a party. And I say, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
I wish him a very happy birthday too. Yeah.
Thank you. Mohan Smarakun will also today. Yeah, he's 69. And I thought, what a beautiful idea. What a beautiful idea. I was so happy. So I
Fantastic
wanted to
idea.
share that with everybody.
What a way to celebrate his birthday. Yeah. Rather than,
That's great.
you know, throwing a party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So actually,
Yeah.
I think the golden rule is something we all share.
It's always more happy, more joyful to give than to
To
receive.
receive. Yes, absolutely. Generosity in every religion, every
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
No, he's Tamil, yeah, Tamil. Yeah. So yeah. Good, man. And I'm just so pleased. Yeah, they help us very much. And the other thing is that one of the things I love about Sri Lanka, the Diwalis belong to everybody. Patini belongs to everybody.
Devala, හැමෝටමයි.
I love that.
Oh.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're very lucky, and to be in Kennedy is I mean, I don't expect to ever leave. Our bodies are donated to the Peradeniya Hospital, so we will be here forever.
දැන් මෙතුමල්ලා කවදා හරි දවසක මිය පරලෝ ගියොත් එහෙම මේ මුත්‍ර දේහ සිරුරුත් ඇත්තටම පෙරදිනිය මේ එකට තමයි මේ කැම්පස් එකට තමයි බාර දෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒක හැමදාම තියෙයි කියලා කියනවා නේද? ඒකත් බාර දෙනවා. දැන් හැම දෙන්න පුළුවන් හැමදේම දන් දීලා තියෙන මෙතුමල්ලා. බුදුම විදියට මමත් දුප්පත් කෙනෙක් ගැන කිව්වොත් අහවල් දුප්පත් එක්කෙනා ඉන්නවා කන්න නැතුව කිව්වොත් එහෙම ඕනි දැනකින් හොයලා සල්ලි හරි මොනවා හරි කරලා දෙනවා. ඉතින් මමත් ඒ ආසිතෙන් ගොඩාක් අයට උදව් උපකාරී කරලා තියෙනවා මෙතුමන්ලගේ මේ සංවිධානය හරහා. දුප්පත්ම අයට උදව් උපකාර කරලා තියෙනවා. Oh. Yes.
So lucky. We are so lucky. I wish we could see you and meet you all in person. Oh dear, our kitty has just come. You hear a funny noise? I can tell you, our kitty is a female. She's been neutered, but she is what? Gold and white. And there she's on Ken's lap. Introduce her to everybody. There she is.
Michelle.
Michelle, very naughty girl. We found Michelle. She was about this big on Peradeniya Road, traffic going both ways very fast. She was walking on the edge of the, not really a sidewalk, over the sewer and looking in each hole that goes for drainage hole into the sewer. And so we saw her. The cars were going so quickly. So Ashoka jumped out of the three-wheeler and popped her into a box. We had an empty box in the three-wheeler and we brought her home. So she's a very goofy girl. Very.
තමයි ගෙදර ගෙනල්ලා හදලා තියෙන්නේ. ඔව්. එහෙම තමයි මේ කරුණාව.
Everybody see the cat? Where is she now? Anyway, so we have two cats, both strays that somebody abandoned on the road. So that's Metta, I think. Very lucky.
Okay, so maybe in the future we'll tell another story.
I would, if you want us to come back, you let us know, because it's really a pleasure. I can't tell about the other students. I hope they understand, and that we would really like to get to know them, but we don't go out anymore. Anyway, thank you very much, Bante.
Thank you.
Very, very enjoyable.
Yeah, but the students still have some time to ask them some question. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What about Hasini and Malsha and Mr. Vijayvardhana? You can still ask them some questions. So they will be here for another 10-20 minutes if they like. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want her doing anything here. I do not want her. Cover this up. Okay, naughty kitty. Naughty kitty.
Yes.
I think she's going to come over and the cat wants to visit the computer.
Hmm.
Anyway, questions welcomed about the story, about us, about the cat, anything.
Mhm.
Reverend, I would like to make a small comment on them. Actually, I think our Buddhist philosophy has given them a great opportunity to become their lifestyle, to be so kind and be very helpful personalities in this society.
Mhm.
And I also love cats very much, and cats also may have done a good karma in the last birth to land in this family, to have their kindness and their enjoyment. And we would like to have their conversation in our next classes as well, Reverend, even for a few minutes. It's
Sure.
a kind of a change atmosphere for the students also, I guess. Thank you, Reverend.
Okay. What about Nisansala? Do you have any questions? Yes.
Mm, Thank you, Reverend. No question. I want to thank both of you. Uh, Actually, today is a beautiful day because of meeting both of you. We really appreciate your coming our class. We were able to gain a lot of knowledge. Uh, Actually, thank you from a bottom of our hearts. We are lucky because they are appreciate our uh, country, our philosophy. Uh, Actually, thank you very much.
Oh,
It's
thank
our pleasure.
Our pleasure.
We're
I
very
really
happy.
thank you for your kind words.
And
I
in the
really
future,
appreciate
we'll do
it.
more stories.
Yeah, I would.
Maybe perhaps we could read some jatakas.
Yeah, maybe if you would like that, we would be really happy to do anytime because actually from COVID on, we're just at home. And I admit it's a little lonely and living through the computer. I mean, at least I feel like I've been somewhere today. Thank you. It's been nice. I appreciate it
So
very much. Thank you for your kind.
my teachers, actually, I would like to keep you in my class for another 10, 15 minutes if you don't mind. I don't know if you have some work.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would like to ask
Okay, Bante.
a few questions. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sure. Always. We can't say no to you, Bante. You know that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so after many years, you chosen this country to live the rest of your life. So, what is the best of our country? What do
Oh, the best country. Oh, my goodness.
We're very comfortable here. It's just
It's so beautiful.
everything. The food is good. The people are friendly,
Mhm.
and it's very comfortable. We just find it very, very easy to live here.
Yeah, and
We feel very relaxed.
very, very relaxed, and
everything is very beautiful.
so
I think that's
beautiful.
what we enjoy most, is the beauty of the country.
And the beauty of the country. And I think we have some very deep friendships that matter. Our friends around the world are all scattered. Family is I have no family left. Ken's got a big family and we have Zoom meetings, but they're all scattered and they're all anyway. I think we wouldn't want to live in the United States. We couldn't afford to. But we have some deep friendships and the roots go very deep. When we came here before, we made a connection. Somehow Candy seemed the right place. and always. But Bhikkhu Bodhi asked us to come to work on the Jatakas. We did that. And since then, we've discovered, for example, students, and we have here international students, Burmese students, Vietnamese and Chinese, monks and nuns who are studying with us also on Zoom. So we can continue that relationship. That's wonderful. But also there's a history. Venerable Sumeda was here, the great Swiss artist who became a monk. His cave is just across the river. And we know the family of his kapia, who took care of him till he died. He donated his body to the Peradeniya Hospital too. And we were there when it was, I mean, somehow it seems so right to be here.
About 40 years ago, we started an organization called the Buddhist Relief Mission. When it started when we were working in the refugee camp.
Yeah.
We were helping the refugees, and we realized that there needs to be a Buddhist organization to help people, and particularly with the refugees. And we didn't find anyone else who wanted to do it, so we started our own organization. We began collecting money, and we would visit the refugee camps, and we would try to help as many people as we could. We're not working with the refugees so much anymore, but we still, the Buddhist Relief Mission continues, and we find in Sri Lanka, it's very easy to continue this work. We want to help as many people as we can, and we found in Sri Lanka, there is a need, and we found many people who work with us. They're helping us, and we're able to do so much. We're very happy to be here, to work with many people, and to continue the work helping other people.
And I don't
It's
know.
very easy. We have the computer connection.
Yeah.
We send letters to people around the world. People send us money, and we're able to help. And that's a very satisfying feeling.
So it's not an exaggeration, Bhante, to say that you're one of the reasons that we want to stay here, because you have given us and let us know about needs, because people trust you and people tell you that they have problems. Not everybody's approachable. People cannot come to us easily. How can they come to us? We don't speak Sinhala or Tamil, and we're at home. How can people reach us? But someone can tell you, I need food for my children, and you can tell us, and we can do it. Because of you and our housekeeper Lily, and the IAPA Society and the church, and we can do something. And we can also work with the drug rehab center now. They know us, so we can work with them and help them. We can also work with the Cancer Society. We can work with the school, the Blue Rose School for the handicapped. How lucky are we? Ourselves, we couldn't do anything, but because of you and other friends, we can.
Yeah, I appreciate that, my teacher.
We
Actually,
have that skill. Very,
couple of
We're a very small organization.
very.
There are big NGOs, international NGOs that have a big staff. They have a big office.
Big
they have a
budget.
big budget, and they do a lot of things. We are very small. It's only really the organization is just the two of us.
Yep.
But we have many people who work with us, all volunteer, but all concerned, helping, and we work with many different people. We have a big, important network of supporters. So we send out our reports. Many people help us. When we find something that needs to be done, we try to do it. We're very small, but we feel that what we're doing is important on a small scale.
Let me tell you another birthday story.
Okay.
We worked in the refugee camps, and we knew many Vietnamese refugees. Probably more knew us than we knew. But anyway, we were active in the temples. We were active in outside of our work. I mean, our work was our job. We worked for the U.S. State Department, and that was okay. They paid us well. But our work outside of that was mainly through the temples. And I don't know how she remembers us, but there is a Vietnamese woman who is in Australia. And she resettled in Australia from the camps, and she's now an Australian citizen, and she's married, and she has a job, and she has a life there. She found out about us, and she sends donations, and her daughter had a birthday. And her daughter said, I want my birthday gift to make for food for children who are hungry in Sri Lanka. So her mother sent that donation to us with her daughter's words. Not a lot of money, small, but for that little girl to be thinking about the children in Sri Lanka and wanting to help them from Australia, because her beautiful world, it's all Metta Karuna. I don't know how it works, but that happened. And it just makes me so glad. She's happy, her mother's happy, the children here who got the food are happy. And so we just, it comes through us. It's not us. We're not doing it. It just happens.
I understand.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, please explain that, Bante. I want your students to understand.
මෙතුමන්ලා මේ ලංකාවේ මේ විදිහට ජීවත් වෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ මුළු දවසම ගත කරන්නේ අනුන් වෙනුවෙන්. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙයාලගේ තිබ්බ මේ මිෂන් එක පටන් ගත්ත බොහෝ කාලයකට කලින්. ඒකට මුදල් ආධාර ලෝකේ විවිධ රටවල් වලින් විවිධ පුද්ගලයෝ ලබා දෙනවා. සමහරවිට ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ, සමහරවිට වෙන වෙන රටවල් වලින්. ඒතර ඒගොල්ලෝ ලබා දෙන මුදලින් මේගොල්ලෝ කරන්නේ බඩු ගන්න. බඩු අරගෙන ඔය තියෙන ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේලාගේ තියෙන අඩුපාඩුකම් ඒව හදනවා. මෙහින් වහන්සේලාගේ දුප්පත් පවුල් වලට ගිහිල්ලා දුප්පත් පාසල් වලට ගිහිල්ලා ඒ වගේම පෙරදිනිය නුවර ඔය හැම තියෙන රෝහලකටම ගිහිල්ලා මේ මිනිසුන්ට දාන ආදී එහෙම ලබා දෙනවා. ඉතින් මෙතුමල්ලා අර අතිශයෝක්තියෙන් කියනවා නෙවෙයි කියන්නේ සමහරවිට මම ඉන්නත් ඔබ වහන්සේ ඉන්න නිසාත් එක හේතුවක් මේ ලංකාවේ ඉන්න කියන එක. මමත් ඇත්තට මේ දුප්පත් මිනිසුන් ගොඩාක් හොයාගෙන ගිහිල්ලා ඒ විදිහට කතා කරපුවාම ඒගොල්ලෝ ඇවිල්ලා මට දුක කියපුවාම ඒ හරහා මම ගොඩාක් එහෙම උදව් කරලා තියෙනවා ඇත්තට. එහෙම තමයි. Okay, my teacher, next question is, what is the worst thing about Sri Lanka? Worst thing about Sri Lanka?
You don't
There's
want us to
nothing
say
bad.
that.
There's nothing, we have nothing bad. We're just very happy to be here.
Yeah.
Very comfortable, and our whole life, we've had many different kinds of jobs, but our job has always been part of our life. It's always been one whole. Our goal has always been to work with people, to help people, and we found that whatever we were doing for our work, we felt we were helping, and it all made one big whole. We never felt we would go to the office, spend 8 hours, and then go home and relax. Everything we've done has always been one big piece. We've always worked together. We've been in the same job, sometimes in the same classroom, but we've never had a job that we didn't like.
We've been very lucky.
Very lucky.
So we need to give back.
But our life has been very happy. We're very, very pleased, and we're just very comfortable and happy in Sri Lanka.
Yeah. No, I think if you ask me, Bante, it's not Sri Lanka, it's the world.
Yeah.
How many wars are going on now? And climate catastrophe. I read that the temperature in Brazil 3 days ago was 53 degrees. 58 degrees centigrade.
Yeah,
I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, and the animals, the trees burning, the people. Our world is not happy. But out of all the places to be in the world, I think Candy is one of the best right now. But I won't say that everything is good anywhere, because I don't, if it's not good everywhere, it isn't good anywhere. What all the wars, all the hunger, the inequality, the refugees drowning in the Mediterranean, it breaks my heart, all those things. That's true. The homeless people here, but here we can do something. And that something makes us happy. And we were able to do something after the cyclone in Burma. We were very lucky because we had connections. We could get aid in where other big organizations couldn't do it. So we could send money to help rebuild after the cyclone up in Arakan. But that's just because we're lucky. It's always a drop in the bucket, whatever we do. But doing, I never want to say no if we can help it. I never want to say no. Not always as much as somebody needs or wants or whatever. Of course, it can't be, but I never want to say no. But we're very lucky. The worst thing about Sri Lanka, I don't know that more people don't know about it. And
okay,
maybe I worry about the poaching and the cutting of trees and things like that. Maybe that's the worst thing. We have a jungle out. We love our jungle. A happy jungle. Birds, monkeys, everybody. Thank you.
මම අහපු දෙයක් තමයි ලංකාව ගැන තියෙන නරකම දේ මොකද්ද කියලා. ඒකට හරි පිළිතුරක් දුන්නේ නැහැ. ඇත්තම ලෝකෙ දිහා බලපුවාම අපිට පේනවා ලෝකේ ඇත්තම විනාශයට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. බ්‍රසීලයේ පහුගිය කාලේදී සෙල්සියස් අංශක 50 ගානකට විතර වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ගස් කිනි ගන්න මිනිසුන්ට ජීවත් වෙන්න පුළුවන් සෝය නෙවෙයි සෙල්සියස් 50 ගානකට ගියා කියලා කියන්නේ. දැන් ලෝකෙ යුද්ධ තියෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ගත්තාම හැම තැනකම ගත්තාම ජීවත් වෙන්න සුදුසු පරිසරයක් නෙවෙයි තියෙන්නේ. නමුත් ලෝකේ ඉන්න හැම තැනකින් බලපුවම නුවර කියන්නේ හොඳම තැන කියලා කියන තමයි මෙතුමන්ලා කියන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තමයි මම අහපු එකට අවසානයේ උත්තර දෙන්නේ මොකද ලංකාව පිළිබඳ නරක දේ කියනකොට ගස් කැපීම කියලා විතරයි කියන්නේ. මොකද මේගොල්ලෝ කවදාවත් වැරදි දේවල් කියන කට්ටිය නෙමෙයි. හැම වෙලාවෙදීම කාගේ හරි ගත්තොත් එහෙම ගුණයක්මයි කියන්නේ. වැරද්දක් කවදාවත් කියන්නේ. ඒක මම දකින්නේ මේගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙන උතුම් ගුණයක්. ඒක නම් උතුම් ගුණයක්. මම දකින විදිහට. ඔව්. So actually my teachers, even though there were 12, 13 students in the class, but this video will be watched by at least 50, 60 students. Yeah, because
wonderful.
Yeah.
Then I hope they enjoy it, and I hope they come to love English stories and English as another way of learning about the world.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll see you again.
We're
Thank you.
very grateful for meeting everybody today. Thank you, everyone.
Joining the class today, and the students had a wonderful time with you. So I really appreciated that, and I will never forget the
Our pleasure.
to me. Yeah, I benefited a lot. Actually, the students have benefited a lot. Yeah, so I really appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing you one more time this year too. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
You let us know. You
Thank
let
you.
us know.
We'll see you again.
And we learned a lot too. I'm very happy
Thank you.
to see
Good luck
everyone.
to all of you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Thank you very
Goodbye.
much. Have a great week. Okay. I'll wind up the class now. Okay. Bye for now. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take
Bye.
care. Everyone stay safe. Stay well.
Okay. එතකොට මේ එහෙමනම් ඇත්තටම එතුමාලාට ගොඩාක් ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙන්න ඕන අද දවසේදී මේ විදිහට ඇවිල්ලා ක්ලාස් එක කරාට බොහොම කරුණාවන්තයි. මම දැක්කොත් මට ජීවිතේ හම්බෙච්ච හොඳම කරුණාවන්තම කාන්තාව කවුද කියනවනම් ඔය මැඩම්ම තමයි. ඔය විශාඛා මැඩම් තමයි. මම ඒ වගේ ගුණයක් තියෙන කෙනෙක් මම ඇත්තටම දැකලම නෑ ඇත්තටම. ඒ තරම් ගුණවන්තයි. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඇත්තටම බුදුදහම කියලා කියන්නේ තනිකරම බෞද්ධ අර අපේ සර්ටිෆිකේට් එකට අනුව බෞද්ධ නෙවෙයි. ඇත්තටම ඒගොල්ලෝ හදවතින්ම බෞද්ධ අය. මෛත්‍රී කරුණාව කවුරු කෙනෙක් ආවොත් එහෙම ගෙදර තියෙන බඩුවක් විකුණලා හරි කන්න දෙයි. ඒ තරම් කරුණාවන්තයි ඒගොල්ලෝගේ තියෙන ස්වභාවය. ඉතින් අද දවසේදී මම ක්ලාස් එක මේ ආකාරයෙන් අද අවසන් කරනවා. අද වීඩියෝ පටයක් පෙන්නන්නේ නැහැ. මතක තියාගන්න ලබන සතියේ එනකොට අපි ඒ නිවැරදි ආකාරයෙන් ඔය Google Drive form එකට සහ මම group එකට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා ඒ group එක තුලින් ඔයාලට මයිත් එක්ක direct communicate කරන්න පුළුවන් සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න පුළුවන් සම්බන්ධ වෙලා අපිට මේ ඉතිරි මාස 6 7 කාලය තුලදී ඒ හොඳින්ම course එකේ අඩුපාඩු ටිකක් මකාගෙන ඒ විදිහට කටයුතු කරන්න පුළුවන් දිගට ඒ නිසා I hope you had a wonderful day today with our English teacher, American teachers, and I'll see you next week. Okay, I'll check your papers and let you know your results as well. So then, have a wonderful week and link එක group එකට දාන්න පුළුවන්. ඔව්. software එකේ link එක group එකට දාන්න පුළුවන්. මගෙත් එක්ක directly ඔයගොල්ලන්ට message කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ group එකට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා. ඒ නිසා කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. අපි මේ තියෙන දෝෂ ටික මගහරවාගෙන අපි කරගෙන යනවා. Okay? Then that's all for today and I'll see you next week. Until then, have a wonderful week. Take care of yourself. Okay? Nice to hear that.